wild dreams come true. And let's kick things off now. NAVI Javelins, their map pick. They get to start on T side.
I'll be happy with that. And look at this, pushing through to mid together. Oh, immediate response though, looking towards Canals. They're going to be fast through A. That's going to be 4 players that can come support. If they go into A, main is going to be an issue.
But what you have to make sure is that nobody dies here. yungher takes first mantle. NAVI Javelins start to spread and ingrain themselves onto this bomb site. But first blood is found by Fluxo and the second.
Yeah, look how many players there are. And the bomb is committed, so you can't escape. You have to commit to this A bomb site. And everybody is here. A fantastic response from Fluxo. And they have to fight their way out. vicu is the only one remaining. All her teammates littering the A bomb site. So many silhouettes honed in on her position. Fluxo looking to start this one strong. Don't want to lose too many.
Good reactions there. You called upon it. The fact that it's immediately heard in towards middle. You start to push dark. It doesn't matter. Goddess is still retaining all of this information. If they stop in their tracks, you can still reset to B.
It's interesting to me that that time around from that pistol, we see 5 through. There's no A lurk, right, over towards Rugs. If you'd known that push was coming through, you have a lurk sitting out there, seeing 2 people coming over, the presence in towards main, you can then route through CT to B.
I think it might just be an objective, though, for NAVI Javelins. If you just group together, you're expecting fights coming from Fluxo. They're going to team up. They're going to try and trade. Probably didn't anticipate no resistance in towards the middle of the map. Only Glocks here, already been spotted by the players in darks. Nani looking at with the FAMAS down Canals, and it's going to be A again.
Yeah, always nice to test A early with a big hit. A lot of players. See, it's just these pistols, but make them sweat a little bit. Julie is going to be given one as Hanka jumps over the top of the smoke. Nani actually cops a Glock dink from dark. That's forced out a bit of utility, and vicu's going to make her have to fall back. There's a push going through. Maybe Fluxo are just sick of these pistols.
yungher's got such a good opportunity to make money. Goddess also swinging. It's messy, but she does convert the kill. And now yungher, she can get involved as well. MP9's farming up money, already bolstering the bank for the future.
Yeah, very important. vicu can't finish the job. yungher gets another. Fluxo, no issues against the Glocks.
And I know this is so micro, I know it's only against Glocks, but what I really like there is that Nani, she falls all the way back towards B main, and she feels so comfortable doing that because the push has already come through from Fluxo. They're clearing out their angles, and then they're actually utilizing the space that they've gained as a consequence to NAVI Javelins.
So coming into this one with the weaponry they held over from previous, so it's not the prettiest. Up against 5 AKs. And B, the clear objective out the gate.
Oh, smoke blown away, and Jelka overwhelmed. Now this push is one-directional.
Straight through main, and yeah, they think better of it. The lack of a second prong on this assault.
And this is the worry as well. It's whether NAVI Javelins are thinking, well, they've already flanked us very fast on some of these rounds. In the gun round, are they now going to push mid? We need to reclaim space. We need to gather all of these clues to make a good mid round.
They are going to take some space in mid. Deep smoke. Ground being conceded. Poppins does have to come back and make sure no one pushes. But speaking of, yungher, she's taking control in towards main, finds Letty on the lurk.
And now Poppins is here in mid as well. And look at this, they're pushing A. As soon as one piece of contact falls on one side of the map, Fluxo are constantly information gathering. Poppins plays her life, drops the incendiary, funnels them into A, but vicu bests Julie.
Still got Goddess here though in main. The double up, surely you are going to be ready for it. And yeah, they actually want to fight for her. Want to see if they can catch her. Good flashbang, actually. She's dazed for a long time. Oh, messy though. They double up and Hanka takes her teammate's life. Poppins starts to walk through, being loud. vicu's low, and her shin hits. Oh, Poppins with the swing. Hanka wins out the fight. It's the round for Fluxo.
Oh, it's so dynamic from Fluxo. The CT side, they are pushing and probing. They're doing it at all various moments to keep NAVI Javelins guessing. Poppins plays that so spectacularly. She doesn't sell her life in towards mid. She drops the utility. She forces NAVI to make the decision. And in fact, she makes the decision for them.
And that's what they were doing against Enigma Galaxy. They kept catching them off guard. These European teams, we know they play a very different style of Counter-Strike. We heard it in the interview. the adaptations, sometimes just doing your thing works.
They are so laser focused right now, and they are in flow state. 3-0. Sure, you got the bomb down. You can afford money. You can get rifles out here. Letty reduced to a MAC-10. vicu, Lina, Galil.
Again, straight up the execute. This one's out the gate, through B main. Nani spraying wildly. The flashbangs are so good, though. She is overwhelmed. Poppers is in dark, but smoked off, cannot get involved. Flames keep Goddess at bay. Bomb being planted.
That nades doesn't quite blow open the smoke, but the spam, the overwhelming. Goddess will find one. That's important because that creates space and opportunity for the Dark players to funnel through.
I can't believe Goddess finds one there. Hanka, though, on the line, stepping up massive. A double. Julie now coming on out. A massive clutch required from her. Fights isolated, which they're not being given up. Letty just tucks behind the pillar. No need for vicu to swing just yet. No kit either, and she's spotted as she enters.
Yeah, the biggest issue there is not having that kit, because with the smoke, she does create opportunities to get those kills in isolation. All right, Navi, lesser weaponry, just a straight up execute. I wonder now what goes through your mind. You've seen how effective that was just through your flashbangs alone. How much of that is going to be implemented for the rest of the half?
Yeah, Nani's playing such a great position there to counter flashes in a lot of ways, right? That's why you play around pillars, so you can avoid those ones that come over top side. But Navi are thorough with their utility. And Hanka with a great double kill, a player that has been stepping up a lot at this competition.
Yungher on the AWP. But peaks not being provided. Navi go the long way around, but still reach their final destination early. This A bomb site.
Yungher makes her presence known. A bold peek on Stark without a smoke, but Letty does survive with that jiggle. And they are just going to go straight into A. It's just Julie here, and yes, she's been fantastic. But the Flames now at her feet has to drop a smoke. Goddess kept at bay. And the site is theirs. Julie actually tries to come around that smoke. Deployed of her own just so she can get the space. Bomb goes down again. It has to be a 5-on-5 retake.
But look at Lina. She's in middle. She's trying to catch these players off over towards camera. It's being held for, though. It all depends on timing. Goddess is looking, but hasn't got the weaponry for the job. Lina's now burning down the clock further. Hanka gets involved on the site. Oh, Yungher can't find the opportunity. They are out. They are saving. NAVI Javelins win again.
Lina staying alive there is everything. Getting one and getting out. Exactly what the lurk element needs to do, because you never feel safe committing to that retake at that point. Another great execute. That's 2 in a row that just executes out the gate that work.
Good timing as well, because it was Lina that was in towards middle, holding for the B flank. She heard the flashbang at B main, and that was the clause. That was the immediate, okay, let's go. Because you know these rotation times are going to be so long-winded.
I think that was something we'll kind of know. 9 Panthers was lacking a little bit, the immediate responsiveness. Navi doesn't have those lapses.
No, absolutely not. And now for Fluxo, it's about trying to make sure that you're always in a position to try and help out your teammate. Because currently what we've got is NAVI Javelins playing incredibly reactive, and that's exactly what Angelica said in the interview. We're just going to react to what Fluxo are doing on the server. We're going to try and implement our own imprint on this, make sure the mid-rounds are vital. Look at Letty looking down the line, just trying to talk some sense into her team. Look, this has worked twice now.
Letty's been a revelation for this team this year, the calling that she's provided. Now look at what Fluxo are working with, just the weapons that they saved over. So this all hinges on what Yungher can find. You can see she wants to post up an A main early, see if she can get an opening kill.
And they're going back to B. They're lining up utility. They are going aggressive again. There are 2 rifles here, though. Hopefully can stop for Fluxo.
Need to come up big, couldn't last time. Good scaling through the swing out from Poppins, but Angelica gets her first. Bomb plant coming on forward. Nani thought about the swing and maybe could have denied it if she caught the timing, but no, Angelica finds her regardless. A great execute again.
And it's all about the smoke that lands dark. It doesn't land kind of in the entranceway. It doesn't give opportunity for Nani to come through. Instead, it lands right in the middle. And what that means also is that you can throw a Molotov in towards the back corner. You can get the audio cue, and then you can start spamming. Poppins is completely alone on that bomb site. USPs can go in as well for a little bit of damage, but Yungher She needs to get out there again with the AWP. It's really well managed, and it's very intricate detail, and it looks like yungher might not even be able to survive. No, vicu says thank you. That's an AWP for me.
We see a bit of fire from Hanka there as well. A scary team to let get online. Ice in their veins, but fire in their bellies.
I'm seriously impressed with the speed at which NAVI are executing, but just the deliberate intent, the entry path in, the placement of the flashbangs, it is all spot on. But because Fluxo didn't invest with those save rifles, they've got another chance at a buy. Letty has already spotted one out towards Pillar.
Yeah, free information gathering. Utility forward though. Hoppin's trying to dodge the HEs. vicu gets posted on the angle. She can now just lock down this position, cutting the site in half. Nani, you know, is now forced back, and oh, you're spotting a lot of players and doing a lot of damage.
Where's the reaction? Needs to come from middle. Or needs to just have more rotations. vicu hits her shots, and she's looking for more.
Angelica waiting for that aggression. One by one, NAVI finding the kills that they were looking for. And they're not committing. They don't need to. So much time left.
It's so smart, because they're waiting for reactions. Look at this again. Angelica on the corner. yungher should catch her here. But she's done her job, because again, she's given more information over. There was one player that was pushing towards dark for intel. Mid, probably a likelihood that it's open. And they completely walk there. yungher might hit a time in, but surely there's a peek from the window. No, there isn't. Instead, NAVI Javelins commit. vicu, not caught off.
Knowing the AWPs there, though, that's going to tell you the rest of the squad is too, which means Fluxo, they have two players ready in main to fight this. The swing is going to come from elevated angles, though, and Lena finds them both. The heaven element was there if required, but Lena finds both her marks, and Julie cannot get involved.
What a complete collapse, and what a resurgence in this first half from NAVI Javelins. They kind of set the feelers out, they let Fluxo take the pace initially, and they go, okay, we know what you're up to. And now they've been taking the initiative. They've been the first to act in a lot of these rounds, and as a result, it's Fluxo that are then not being able to catch them off guard. It's Fluxo now put in a position where they need to react rather than being proactive. And that is something that the desk highlighted, right? They said, okay, well, if plans don't go their way, what's the response? How's your mid-round? And currently what we're seeing is that they are giving up so many kills isolated.
NAVI, like vultures, are waiting in the wings always, ready to poke and prod and pick apart any one that extends a little bit too far, anyone that posts on an angle that is being covered.
I just want to see this AWP being more versatile when yungher brings it out next. Every single time she goes towards dark. And I want to see her maybe go towards A main. She did that in one round, but it's just about getting an AWP on that angle, especially over towards A main, something that NAVI Javelins has been executing quite a lot, and then that frees up another rifle to go and help out middle, to go and help out B. They need to start over-rotating in an element to where that they can't get overwhelmed by just executes.
Well, Fluxo have taken control towards B main early, but it was all spotted. You can see that utility damage actually did quite a lot. Julie's weapon is not going to be where this hit is, but the rest of the team does make their way over. So Hanka's just going to be given charge of having a bit of a poke and prod, seeing what's going on, finding if there is a stack in play while the rest of the team just sits and waits.
Yeah, it is just a game of patience right now. Look at this smoke fade. Hanka's surely got to be anticipating it, looks up and then looks back down, but goes straight in towards the pistols, but that is exactly what the Javelins were looking for. They hightail it towards the other bomb site.
3 players. Information immediately goes across, and Letty, in charge of holding down mid, does enough. And Lena does everything else. Both entries into the site, but critically onto the player with that gun. She falls there. It's a 2-on-3 and an opportunity. Goddess can still make this interesting though. Finds that first kill. She's the one with the AK, with the armor, and needs to find the kills, but Angelica finds her first, and Nani can't quite connect.
And now it's Lena. Yet again, it's Lena with the impact when they go on towards the bomb sites. Her coming up with a multi-kill. It's very efficient. It's extremely effective. That was an expensive round, though. NAVI Javelins come out of that with 2 guns. But again, decision-making on point. They aren't getting flustered. They're just going, okay, this is what's happening, and they immediately adjust.
Yeah, very smart, very textbook Counter-Strike, and that's what you want to see. You don't want to see them getting flustered by the sort of playstyle that Fluxo bring to the table.
All right, yungher starting mid this time. And yet again, look at this. NAVI Javelins, they know the investment has just come out. So they want to go for another one of these executes. This is very early on as well. Well-timed smoke for Julie. Do NAVI Javelins blow it open?
Not uncommon to see flashbangs that sort of pop over here as well. Oh, yungher though, goes hunting.
It's good.
That's what you called upon. She delivers.
And that's all off the back of that smoke as well, because you think it's going to push NAVI Javelins back a little bit. They're waiting for some aggression, but it actually comes in the form of middle. Now it's just a case of capitalizing upon this player advantage. This is a very tight crossfire here, close towards A main. The outcome of these fights dictate a lot.
yungher will be on that fast rotate, but it's going to stand on these two. Letty gets singed. That's going to keep some occupation over towards B. Knowing that this dark fight could come through, she's going to start to put the pressure on, but none of this is the intention. As we know, A is where they want to go, and A is where Goddess is, but falls. Oh! Angelica and Hanka, the 2 spearheads of NAVI Javelins, strike true. Nani does get one back. yungher wants a piece of the pie, but no, vicu is the eye in the sky. And you have to save.
Oh, that's Fluxo reacting way too fast there. If they just sit in that crossfire, it's perfect. But instead, because that contact is taken, because Letty has thrown that Molotov in towards Nani, and Nani is denied information, Fluxo feel like they immediately have to look elsewhere. They feel incredibly uncomfortable. And sure, it's a common reaction to double push, go for a contact play, try and clear A main, especially to try and help out your player that is fighting towards this canal's position. But NAVI Javelins are just aware. They hold for it. They expect a push, and they've been expecting pushes all half long. They now double the scoreline of Fluxo Demons. They mantle 6.
Now we do know this T side is often the strongest on Anubis, and I think particularly for both of these teams, actually. This is still a dominant showing out the gates, considering no pistol, no follow-up, as sharp as ever.
They really don't need to push that. They got the player advantage. Maybe that's the nerves just settling in. Timeout now being called. Coach gets online, 30 seconds, reinforces the ideas, the preparation that NAVI Javelins have come into this series with.
Push not necessary. Trying to tell that to a South American team.
It's true though, and I feel like they'll know it themselves.
Still a reasonable fight coming out, except for Julie. He got a USP. Oh, no, there we go. There's the FAMAS on the floor. Goes back and finds it.
Oh, okay. Double push early. Being quiet about this, in addition. However, Lena, she's looking and she's securing. Only one, though.
The thing is, you see that smoke coming through the rugs, you see that smoke T-stairs, you know that means aggression.
Yeah.
All you need to do is find the window, literally, that exposes those pieces.
It's too telegraphed. These fundamental principles are really something you can rely on a lot, but also should be deviated upon when necessary. Now look at this space that they've got in towards middle for the back of it. There hasn't been a reaction. There'll be a split coming through as well.
Yeah, I don't mind this, right? You've got yungher holding down main with the AWP, right? So she's locking out the entrance to A. You can reinforce B. The issue is that smoke now landing behind yungher is going to make her feel a little bit nervous. She'd be worried about a split on herself, but actually the split's going to be.
Goddess needs to hold this. But what if NAVI Javelins go through CT? No, they want to go through Temple. They want to hit the timing. Goddess on the angle.
This is everything. Goddess needs to come up good. You can see she's caught between both. And as she comes back, that's when Lena comes around. Still 2 more players here. Poppins in dark. Julie as well, but no, Julie's gone. It's all Poppins. Trying to get flushed out, but she does find two. Keeping things interesting, allowing that rotation to come through. Oh, the HE will be her end. No, it's actually the AWP. There was always something coming for her. And NAVI are coming for Fluxo.
Yeah, really well done. Again, it's just NAVI Javelins just piecing all this information together. As you mentioned, the smoke is just really telegraphing the intent there of Fluxo Demons. And you know that if that smoke comes down, the push is going to be from A main, it's going to be from B. There's not going to be a lightly defended space in towards mid. There might only be an AWP there on the angle, but as NAVI Javelins cross, they don't see anything, so they know that they've got the space. And yet again, as they come through onto the bomb site, as they execute, Fluxo Demons get removed one by one.
It's a masterclass from NAVI. And yungher wants to take something into her own hands, but it's just a leg shot. Hanka wants to keep the pressure on. Utility forward. Lena finding the mid-timing, the flashbang from Angelica. They can do no wrong, but yungher does get one back. And Goddess has a very nice angle here, but as she moves, that's when Lena comes around. Timing's continuing to be an issue, but yungher's accuracy not. Continuing to find these equalizing frags, and she's in a potential spot for more. yungher taking them down one by one.
And finally, we get to see it. We mentioned it as we came into this game. yungher on the AWP is the difference maker. And NAVI Javelins give her enough time to work with. And this time she is able to reposition continuously. So dynamic on this A bomb site. Falls to so many different escape plans and executes it flawlessly. Unlucky for Goddess, but it doesn't matter when you've got yungher set up for success.
Talked about that head-to-head. yungher currently city pretty. Top off the scoreboard. Despite the rounds deficit. Last one of the half. Fluxo 5. That would be enough, I feel.
Yeah. You're just giving yourself something to work with. Goddess now completely shut out. And Nani just trying to get some spam. More notably for audio. Goddess round the corner can only find one, but significant damage onto Lena.
Almost two. Almost enough. Julie's position known. The pressure's going to be applied to her. But that smoke's given her some time. Molotov comes forward. She's getting burnt. Cooked. And she pushes forward. Oh, she pushes forward and she finds both. And she's not done yet. Into the site. The bomb is under her control. vicu, though, still here. Still a threat. Ever present. And Hanka activates. Low HP, but they're finding frags and they've got some time.
Yeah, they absolutely do, but the bomb is in the site. That's the most difficult piece about this. Sure, you've extracted yourself from the situation. You've got back to safety, but now how do you orchestrate this? Well, it's a group effort. They move together. The threat of mid is still there because it's unknown to this CT side, but in fact, both players, they might even go through the smoke.
Yeah, smoke timing's good. Oh, boost over. Not gonna spot anything immediately as vicu.
And she can't scope here because that gives away audio. This is clever.
Has to drop. And there's the cue. 20 seconds. And they know where this hit's coming. Molotov behind does isolate an angle, but you're going to be worried about this swing. Both players locking down this one avenue, jiggling through. vicu misses the no-scope, and yungher doesn't miss her shot.
Where would you be without a woman to be strong and bold and offer gentle hands to hold? Could you have made it here? Where would you be without a woman? Would your feet be on the ground, or would you even be around? Where would you be without a woman?
contuante. Tenangwanan. Sambia. Nachigera. 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 Esena. Baraku. Bananyogombe. Yeyokaranya.
yungher has paved the way and laid down the foundation here for Fluxo Demons to do what they couldn't do before, to do what no team could do before, potentially take down NAVI Javelins on Anubis. 8 times played for the Javelins, 8 victories.
Immortals, we will see. Fast to A. Smoke going deep.
The push in mid. They really are expecting this, but you're not expecting that.
Hanka needed that kill, because now the pathway comes through, the utility lands, and there is no way in. Great smoke, great Molotov, and the bomb gets planted.
Wonder how much of that was anti-strap for NAVI Javelins. Expected Fluxo to go through middle instead. NAVI Javelins go through the smoke, and they overwhelm with the dual Berettas. In fact, all the kills come to NAVI Javelins, but Goddess in the back lines, looking to make a difference, but can't quite do it. It doesn't matter if you overwhelm them on the bomb site. They retake with ease.
Anti-strat here. Rushing through smokes.
Come on.
NAVI. What a way to take that pistol. Fluxo get the entry, the utility is perfect, the bomb goes down, it's 5 on 4.
And then you do this. You add South American flair to your wheelhouse. The fact that Angelica's anticipating that heaven push as well. In a matter of moments, that entire afterplant was dismantled with ease.
vicu with the dualies. Doing wonders. Now Fluxo will buy into this, as you expect. They got that bomb down and they're feeling the sting of losing that one. Want to take it straight back to NAVI. There are 3 players in this A bomb site, Goddess. You're straight into one. It's Lena. Gunned down eventually, but here's the support. vicu, of course. And you think that her attention is taken, but it's because Hanka is holding down the line elsewhere. And now you're lost in the smoke, and you're losing it all.
Oh, that's rough. I really like the idea there for Fluxo. They just want to just literally give NAVI Javelins a taste of their own medicine. They want to cannonball through the smoke as well and give over attention to try and allow the A main player to come through. But I'm not sure that was definitely the right call. But fair enough, they stick to their guns, they go for it, but they get overwhelmed and overrun. And that was a force buy. That felt like a pistol strat.
Yeah, that force buy coming through, that actually really hampers them here. You see, they have to go for a full eco, which means NAVI will be finding double digits. Most like. Never want to count out anything crazy, but NAVI are a team that don't fall to Glocks.
Yeah. Even those nades were not really thrown with the same precision there for Fluxo. One went in towards the double doors, one went deep in towards middle. If they were better placed, it'd do even more significant damage. And now Lena feels more confident just to kind of be on this line, and she gets all the intel.
Yeah, doesn't want to muck around. Don't give them any opportunities that they can then exploit. Fall back to a nice long line. Slowly getting a little bit of chip damage, but there's so much support here. Nowhere that Fluxo can go. They can drop. Oh, Angelica. Angelica run down by the clock. Letty, she arrives. Wants to step up, doing a lot of damage, but a recovered Molotov is given space, so bomb plant will be allowed.
That's perfect. Why aren't they planting? There we go. Worried me for a second. Goddess is still with that AK, and Julie tucks behind the pillar. So she avoids all of the fragmentation of that nade, but not the second.
So much utility. Shouldn't be any way that Na'Vi stumble here. They got the kits. They got the firepower. Just need to find the kills. Nani doubles up with the Glock. Oh my god, they're doing it. It's vicu alone, and it's Nani with the Glock in hand, playing the time. Can't find it. The kit in hand, and vicu will get the defuse.
Just about. I thought I didn't fall to Glocks.
I almost ate my own words.
Oh.
There was a dink as well for
I
that
know.
Glock at the end.
I thought she'd done enough. I thought she'd played the clock perfectly, just dancing around the pillar, but no, it comes right down to the fine margins. What a round out of Nani, and it's still not enough.
Oh my god. Well, that's one's gonna, give Na'Vi a reason to sit back a little bit. Don't let this one slip out, because that's fractured the economy. We know how fragile it is on the CT side. What are you up to, Lena? Oh, careful.
Oh.
That got a little scary.
It's fine. It's okay. But there could be a surprise, a boost on the way. She's holding for it. But yungher can't find the kill. No reaction yet out of Na'Vi. They just know the Fluxo are poking and prodding all over this map, but there's no commitment yet.
Slippery head. Taking control in towards A main. That utility was kind of doubled up. It's gonna keep Na'Vi interested. 3 players are here.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Na'Vi have actually just completely vacated. The game plan for them is to continuously just re-smoke and keep Fluxo out of these common angles. And if you want to fight, you have to either go through the utility or come through one direction.
They're gonna fight straight back to them. Really tucked on through, cleared by Hanka. And there's no follow-up, no other players here. I mean, the rotations can come, but they're actually slow. Just these 2 defenders. And Joker sitting back in Temple does get involved though, finds that first kill. And now Letty wants to swing, wants to fight yungher, flushes her out. Poppins brought incredibly low, but a bomb plant to come through.
Yeah, but look at this. Immediately, 2 players are coming through the flank. vicu's just trying to buy as much time as possible. It's all about the after-plant position in here, and Lena's caught yungher off guard. It must fall to Nani. She was able to deliver so many kills with the Glock, but it's only one.
Warm, they suffocate. No chance to get into any sort of comfortable post-plant positioning there.
Or just comfortable in the round itself. As soon as they go for the contact play, as soon as they take presence towards A main, Fluxo feel like they have to instantly react. And that execute did not feel comfortable.
The idea was sound though, right? The site was very lightly defended. But unfortunately, Angelica's able to swing up from Temple, find a fight, and there's no issues, no util to block her.
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, it felt uncomfortable because it felt rushed, because they knew they had to instantly react, because otherwise they're going to be flanked from dark and canals, and they wouldn't have been able to make the most of that opportunity. They knew they had to go there, they knew they had to go then, but that comes at a cost. You need to keep your gun out rather than dropping all that util, which gives those spaces for Angelica to work. It gives time as well for Letty to properly set herself up.
Na'Vi, just great responses, right? You hear this utility coming through towards A main, the flash forward, but there's no follow-up, right? So I love that they wait for the smoke to fade. There's no one seen directly behind it. They take that space and they immediately get the information.
Said it would be between the AWPers. vicu is 18-5. And whilst we were complimenting yungher, we have got to really shout out vicu. yungher potentially being lined up for another boost. Instead, it's not to be. Everyone with AKs, everyone pushing mid.
They were able to push Lena off pretty easily in prior rounds. She is holding quite passive here. Pretty cool smoke just came out from B that goes towards A main. Very neat. Gives Hanka some more room to work with.
Yeah, they're the architects of Anubis, NAVI Javelins. When this map first came into fashion, they were throwing smokes off spawn on the T side that would land deep in towards A main. They're constantly trying to reinvent themselves. Smoke goes in towards Temple. Really good response from Lena. Smoke in towards camera. Where are you going to go?
Do you want to force this fight through the smoke again?
Yes.
Flashbang's good. Lena does have to tuck. Oh, they haven't committed though. And she's just shooting on through. Hanka from above does get the trade. Now she's feeling the pressure. They're all swarming her. She cannot get away.
Oh!
vicu! Doesn't let anyone get out of her sights.
And now she can even look for more. It's a 2 versus 3. They try and approach her. They try and dare challenge. But she's still alive and she is still omniscient everywhere. All-knowing, all-securing. It's NAVI up to map point.
vicu, the Ice Queen.
Hang
You
on.
cannot make her sweat.
Oh, Anna was the Ice Queen.
Well, maybe there'll be a new queen crown today.
Much better out of Fluxo.
Oh, look at that.
I'll be honest, that is really unfortunate because they did really well not to be overcome by all of that pressure that Lina was applying. The timing through A main was so much better. They caught Hanka. But sometimes destiny can't be stopped.
vicu feels like she has a date with destiny. B split being set up. Map point already secured by NAVI. Flash is good. Oh, gets both, but Nani still wins it out. Letty, wild spray, and Poppins finds hers too, but vicu's still here. vicu is still here, and you have to deal with her, or she will deal with you. Oh, she even gets the no-scope there. And Lina swinging through, dealt with. Hanka, 1 versus 2.
You don't want to rule her out. And she's been silent about the approach. Bomb planted. Remember that yungher is now stuck in the bomb site. She needs to get out, and the gun barrel is about to be spotted, and it is. She knows she can bide her time. However, Poppins checks the angle. Fluxo, they stay alive.
The execute out the gate. The B split. It gets a little scary though, the utility. The flashbangs not quite connecting how they hoped. They still find the kills. Despite vicu pulling out the craziest double, as she always does.
How does she get the no-scope?
That's unbelievable.
I don't know. I don't know how she keeps doing it. Creating moments of magic.
Have to pay the vicu toll wherever you go.
The buy is still not great, sure. Fluxo Demons. They've got Galils, they've got AKs. That's the great smoke. That's the smoke that NAVI Javelins were using in that first half that lands in the middle of dark.
Yeah, look at NAVI. Despite this great run they've had where they've just gotten all these CT rounds, they've got nothing into this. It's basically a full investment, a force into this round.
Okay. I wouldn't have been mad if they just went for an eco, right? You know, you've got rounds to play with here. You know, you could probably bring out the guns around earlier. Really good position from Nani here. The fact you can actually self-boost yourself on that barrel as well. Fluxo Demons, they're just taking their time. They're playing incredibly passive. They're just waiting for a reaction to happen. And there it is. vicu, how on earth are you alive?
I always love that angle that Nani's got off to. It's one that really catches people off guard because you kind of have to jump up into these little, like, I don't know, pots there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're walking into 3 players.
Yeah, but look, it's fine, right? Look, there's only an MP9, there's the
It's an
Eagle.
MP9.
There's a smoke as well. Lina can put that in towards dark as soon as the hit comes in. There's a smoke that's just gone in towards B main as well. Please do not, for the love of God, walk through this.
What's going on A? Julie finds the kill. They might just bail.
Uh-oh.
But the information's going to be gathered. vicu is here, and vicu keeping them at bay time. She's just wasting all of it, eventually found. But Lina, and now the rotations, they're scrambling. They're getting flustered. Fluxo might just trip over their own shoelaces.
They're really waiting for this reaction. They're really waiting for NAVI Javelins to walk through. They are preying on their downfall. Goddess finds the player in towards mid. Letty turns around. That allows the space to plant the bomb. Everything is fine.
Julie has had a quite game here, despite being kind of one of the stars that we've highlighted in CS2, stepping up for this squad. That was a massive impact round from her.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really like the fact she doesn't progress any further. Her responsibility there is to lock down the bomb site. Her responsibility is to catch off the rotations in towards mid. And it's really good communication from her as well, because she says, hang on a second, they aren't pushing. So just wait. Or come through middle yourself. And that's exactly what Goddess does. She catches off that timing, and then from there, that allows the opportunity for Fluxo to cross over. It comes down to the narrowest of margins, yet again, as we're seeing all map long, and yet Fluxo are still staying alive. And this late resurgence isn't a rare occurrence for them as well on a map like Anubis. Last time they played against MIBR, it was 6 each, and then MIBR won 6 in a row. It was 12-6, and they battled back, and they won out the map.
We know that here on the big stage, that's where they've been stepping up, right? That's where they've been pulling off these unbelievable victories. Oh, that actually got really scary there for Julie. But she did win it out. set the team up. Regardless, map point, and because they forced into that, NAVI don't have a great buy here. Just that saved AK and the MP9.
So they've got more pieces of utility, and one thing we've been noting all map long is how good their utility has been. Angelka holding a flash, priming it just in case Letty gets overwhelmed on this angle. But instead, it's a much more reserved approach yet again. Julie, she's trying to time her lurks over towards A. She's waiting for a push that currently isn't occurring.
Yeah, Fluxo have been very heavy over towards B early. Back towards middle, where Lena is holding a pretty close line. Molotov is gonna, actually doesn't quite land. She can stay ahead of it. She can fight the flashbang. Oh, it's awful. For Nani anyway. And vicu is now supporting Lena. Lines them up with vicu support. This force buy is doing everything. The recovered weaponry that MP9 saved on over might have just dealt the killing blow. Julie on this lurk is nowhere near the action. Can't even find Hanka. It's a USP to do it. And NAVI find the opening map.
And that's all because they set themselves up right. They bought extra utility, but how much of that was down to that Molotov getting stuck in the wall? It doesn't spread. It doesn't force her in towards mid. Imagine if that lands. Imagine if the Molotov lands. That is a 1 in a million little glitch, a little stick on towards the top of that.